Hey, good afternoon. Ollie Summers here. Working on our reflection video for session 3 in social tech and emerging media. So, hey, here we go. After watching Michael Welch, the TED Talk by Michael Welch, I was really blown away. Really blown away by the reality that our social media platforms and the technology that we're able to use to connect are now, in I guess really the 21st century, going to be the ways that we are going to be tools how we leverage, or that we can leverage to have social change. And I actually used to not be a big believer in it. However, just because of the connectivity and the ability to collaborate on ideas or problems specifically, and I'll address that later in the video, we as people can really bind together around one idea or a few ideas and take some action to them if we really want to. It's just the way that we're connected is can really influence our actions. I would say the connectivity is a greater piece than the actual change or the movement itself. So, I took a class before this one, and my professor was trying to help us with our public speaking and just, what is the message we want to relay? What do we want our audiences to know? And now thinking about that same thing, but in the context of this class, it makes me think really, what message do we want to not persuade, but like reveal or open or discuss with our viral audience as well? What is the message that we want to get across to them, and maybe have some change come from that in the wake of that, just like we would want if we were to do any speaking engagement, any public speaking engagement from a live in a live audience. We would want that audience to leave and walk away with a different idea. In the same way, I'm beginning to realize is we can hopefully use and leverage the audience that we have on a viral social level to do the same thing, but on a larger scale, just because there's so much connectivity. The networking, the social networking, just like we talked about earlier in our reading, is such a huge way for career success. However, for the purposes of this assignment, I would say our social media and our larger social network can be a huge piece in really grabbing some traction and getting some momentum behind the actual movement. So with that, I began to think about my audience, began to think about some of the questions that are in this session 3 reflection, and specifically, with my audience, who really is my audience right now? Well, I do have the community that I live in. So all the folks within my community, within my area, that I get to have influence on. So as a Young Life area director, I have adults that I have influence on, people in the schools, and most importantly, kids, leaders, and our volunteers, adult volunteers. On a social level, I don't really have much more influence in who is my friend. I don't think I have much of a following. However, how can I continue to kind of blend the two and become more of an expert in my field, or see issues within my field and start thinking about how to address those collaboratively? One of the notes I thought about is I saw, after I watched the video of Michael's TED Talk. I watched his actual video that he brought up a few times in the TED Talk. And in there was a clip of a girl saying, we essentially have to take care of the problems that we didn't create. We've got to fix those problems. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, and that's the biggest idea of how I want to now begin to think about influence. When I really want to influence, rather than just like make a joke or post a funny picture of my daughter. When it comes to social media, how can we take an idea and spread it as contagiously and as far and as deep in our social media networking as possible? How can we take our education, what we know, what's in our minds, even in this class now, and how can we use that not as a way to like recite information, but a way to apply information that we've already learned, and begin to put some meaning not only around our own lives, but also around some of the problems that need to be addressed. So anyways, this was a really interactive and thought-provoking week for me. I know I'm going a little bit long in this video. I apologize, so I'll wrap it up quickly. But I walked away with a lot of great points. The biggest thing is to really, again, think about how I am going to be addressing problems, and not just reciting information, but taking the knowledge I have, making it applicable, addressing some problems, and furthering, or I guess going further down the road, and what my meaning is, here in life. Thanks. Bye.